Hello, I am Victoria Frausin and today I am going to show you how to make these lovely and useful pincushions that can have the option of having a sharpener. So what we need to make this, we need a piece of fabric, any, elastic, filling, something to put inside. You need jam jars, lids, or honey or pickles or whatever. There are different sizes, so depending on the size of your pincushion, and they are very important because you are going to place them inside and you won't hurt yourself with the pins. The pins won't go through. You also need wool wire that is going to be for your sharpener, and you need a marker, fabric marker or chalk, also scissors, very important. You need thread and needle. Also you need a round shape that you are going to use as a reference to cut your fabric. First thing we are going to do now is choosing the fabric. If you are like me, that don't like to throw anything away, I'm sure you have a bag like this, or you can go to your wardrobe and finding the clothes that are not really good, but maybe broken or whatever. You can recycle that fabric as well. So I am going to use this lovely fabric, maybe this one. I have made a dress with that one once, and let's find a contrast color that will do it. And for the sharpener, I can do it with this. Good. So let's start. You can iron them if they are not in really good condition, but it's fine for today. I'm going to take my plate and trace my outside of the pincushion. Size, it's completely optional. This one is to make something like that. You can make it bigger or smaller. You see you have a bit of different sizes here. Now you cut your outside piece. Very good. There is no rush. We have all the time of the world recently, so just do it with calm. If you have nice music, you can make some nice music. Okay, I have my outside. Now I'm going to use this one for the backing. You see I have a contrast color to put at the back. But also I need a small piece for my little sharpener, so let's use this as a reference. Again, size wise is entirely up to you. Now, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you just do the best you can. The fabric you use, well, actually it could be anything, preferably something you actually like, because why not? If you can make it beautiful, why not? And you are going to keep looking at while you are doing your sewing. So okay, here we are. We go small circle for the sharpener, we go big one for the outside, and then we have our little square for the backing. This can be basically any size. As you can see here, it's very regular. I just made it with a piece of fabric I had. The next step is sewing. You can use. Okay, it's time for sewing now. Needle and thread. You thread, you fold it in half, and you are going to thread it. This is my way of doing it, but it's up to you. You are going to thread it through the ends, and then you are going to keep the loop here. And then we are going to do running stitch, and it's going to be, the stitch is going to be all around the edge. It must be a running stitch because you need to be able to pull the thread. Okay, all around this side. I'm going to get closer to you and I'm going to show you how to do it. So I have my stitch here. Just before I pull it, I'm going to pass my needle through the loop, and then I make sure that it gets not there. And next I'm going to go running stitch, preferably even, not too big, not too small, not too close to the edge either, not too far, more or less like this. You keep going. Then you pull it. See? And then again, you have to do it all the way round. Until you reach the where you start. You see? Nice, looking like a granny's hat. Nice basket. Keep going. To the end. Okay, now we have a really nice hat here. Then you'll be able to pull it like this. Okay, we have our nice basket here, let's say a pocket, and now is where we're going to put our filling on it. We don't need that anymore, let's put it there. So let's just cut a few of them. I can make something like a baby nappy thing here. This is not rock science, any way you want, you can do it. I'm using some spelled yarn, fleece from my mother-in-law's spinning, but or pillow or clothing or anything can do it. Okay, just try it. I like it very firm because it just holds the pins and needles better, so I'm going to add it a bit more. And now I'm going to put one of the leads. I think this size will do it. It's really important, this part, because I've been making these pins for a few years now, pin cushions for a few years now, and this is the final design that came out after few improvements. So one thing I found out with them is that I was always hurting myself, so this is really good to avoid that. So and my needle went. So I'll just put it there and push it hard until it closes. Push it hard but not too much, because otherwise you're going to break the thread. Okay, now here we are. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do stitches across here and pull it, and then I'm going to the other side diagonal, put it here and pull it, and now the opposite and pull it. Okay, just keep pulling, just keep pulling and pulling and pulling until you have a nice closed pin cushion. See, doesn't have to be perfect again, but just do the best you can. Now I'm going to make a knot like that and leave it there. So this is our outside ready to go. Now with the small one we are going to do exactly the same, but we are going to fill it with wood wire. So take a bit of thread, fold it in half like this, thread it, the loop again here, and I'm going to go around to show you better. So still again running stitch, pass through the loop to make a knot, and then just running stitch around close to the edge, not too big, not too small. So now we have our really nice running stitch around until the end, and then you pull it. Okay, I have my nice little basket here. I just pull it a bit and take some wool wire, and this is going to be my sharpener. This is the last addition I've made to my design because pins and needles get very after the use they get very bold, so I don't like throwing them away. It's nice having the opportunity to be able to use them again. So you close it, and exactly the same as we did with the other one, we just do cross stitches around. Be careful, don't pull it too much because it will break. I think that will do it. Nice knot to finish. And that's it. So now I have my little sharpener and my pin cushion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attach one to another. Leave that thread there because I'm going to use it later. Doesn't matter which stitch you use here. I just do down and up. Make sure to hold this firmly because otherwise it will get all over the place and it's not going to be completely safe. I like sometimes the stitch to be visible, because it's good to make everything that is made by hand. But again, up to you. If you want to make a really nice hidden ladder stitch, completely acceptable. I'm finishing now. I'm touching this nice. I like the contrast, don't you? Okay, so I got dresses in all those colors. So they are going to match my dresses now. I'm going to make knots just to make sure they are safe, and then I just hide them and cut here. So as you can see, I have my two things. Now I am going to attach my elastic. With elastic, it's really important you pull it a bit, because it gives after you use it, and you don't want to have the proper measurement and then finding out after you use it that it's going to be a bit too loose. So you pull it a bit, and that's for any project with elastic. You measure. Let's say I'm right-handed, so I'm always using it in my left hand. You take the measurement exactly as you waist, cut it there, make sure it's exact like that, because you are going to overlap it about a centimeter. See that? You are going to overlap about this much, and then we're going to sew it together. Just going to get a bit closer here, about 1 centimeter distance there. I've chosen a different color because it's easier for you to see. Then we just do whatever stitch is easier. Actually, it doesn't really matter as long as you are taking the two sides. Running stitch in this case works. Here again, I'm just doing the corners a bit more because we don't want it to lose it after. And then just to make sure, you can make a little cross there, and we have our elastic. The knot, hide the knot and cut. Okay, so do you remember we left this thread there? We are going to thread the needle again. Great. And our elastic, we're going to place it in the center, more or less like that. I'm going to get as close to you to show you. We have our thread there. We are going to attach, maybe starting with a little loop there and taking some bits of fabric, not too much, just to make sure it's secured there, but doesn't, just the same length there, it doesn't have to be more. Then you finish there with a little loop. Then you go to the other side. You can go through underneath. Then you go again this side. Loop. Take some here, some there, and then you make the last one to make a little knot, double twice. Now we have our elastic in. Okay, after having our elastic in, we are going to do our last bit, which is attaching this little piece at the back. As I said, it doesn't have to be completely squared, it could be even round. I use whatever is in my pile, so don't worry about the shape, it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it covers this side. I hide the raw edges because we don't want it to fray. With my nails I pleat it, but I can also use the iron if I want. Okay, I have this in here and I place it inside like that. See? This can be there for me. Now I am going to pin it. Pinning the corners will do it. Will be enough. If you can't do it, let's do it this way. Be careful, don't pin yourself. See if I can do this side. Okay, and I'll do this side now. I'm going to repeat this one because it's a bit dangerous that direction. Okay, so I have my 4 sides there, and the only thing I have to do now is sewing it together. So starting from the corner, again any stitch will do it, doesn't really matter. I'm going to get closer to you. I'm doing this easy. Corner. I like doing the corner twice because it's the more sensitive place where it might get more risk of getting off. When I reach the elastic, I also do it twice with a little knot because here is going to have lots of movement. I can, and then I pass, but I don't touch the elastic. I just pass straight there underneath and start again. Again here, I'll do it twice, maybe with a little knot, because I want to make sure it doesn't break. Well, I finished my really nice pincushion. We can make it with different fabrics and different sizes, and it's really nice. Very, very, very practical. Just be aware that you get used to it. So always when we are sewing, because otherwise you pin yourself. The first time I got inspired was from the Sewing Bee, and I saw it and I wanted one, and I did make lots of different samples until I got this final design where you have you make sure you don't hurt yourself, and it's got the sharpener. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm so looking forward to see the ones you make. Please send me photos, and I want to see you again hopefully soon. But please take care and look after yourself and enjoy sewing. Bye.